My sisters, the roosters are coming home. Everything you did is finna come back on you because they have people in place government-wise to show you we used you to destroy the village. Now we really have no use for you no more. Your daddy ain't there. Your husband ain't there. Your son is raised wrong. Your daughter is watching you twerk. You have done what we wanted you to do well in destroying the village. The father of your child is probably in court with you over nothing. You ate from the forbidden tree. You went and used a system that destroys you to destroy your family. And now they have no use for you. Remember all the female black mayors and everything that was happening and all like that?
Yeah.
They ain't got no use for that shit no more. I see the girl. We are the most educated. Yes, they sold you a degree that ain't finna be worth you.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Raw Reacts. I got a great episode for today, but I need y'all to like, comment, subscribe. I ain't gonna waste no time. Let's get right into it, baby. Shout out to 8 at the Table, by the way.
Say relationships have been going through a lot over the past couple of years.
Here specifically.
For sure.
What we're talking about. No, I'm just saying for
America. Yeah, America specifically.
Not just here. That's the thing.
No, I mean like
it is in other places.
On the chart that she's speaking of, she's referencing to here.
I actually never considered this hypothesis, but to consider this from the perspective of like evolution and how it's really survival of the fittest at this point it makes a lot of sense. And I actually do it. I would love to like hear what y'all think, if y'all think that this could be like a turning point in, in evolution, where if you don't have it together, you don't have the skills to get a mate, then you're just gonna be alone and it's gonna be what it is, versus calling it a male epidemic, a loneliness epidemic or whatever.
I feel like that's been always happening, to be honest with you.
Exactly.
Like it's always been since like the end of like the beginning of time.
So, and it also made me revisit why people got married in the first place. Because at one point, only men who could provide financially for a family were the ones who had wives. Everybody else was out here wifeless and being a loser. And I think in order to sorry, not being a loser, but wifeless. But in order to make sure men had wives, there were certain things that our society was indoctrinated with to sort of support that. Meaning, let me think. It being a part of like the church, or having it to where women could not survive without a man. So that meant now, if you have half the species who can't survive without you, it really increases your chances of having a wife. And so now that these things have changed, it really does speak to like an evolutionary transformation where we are right now. I think that women are probably complaining because it is a lot to deal with, but overall, like, would I give up the ability to have 75% of the rights that men have in order to go back to the bullshit that my grandmother had to be a part of? Fuck no.
Okay, we got to stop the whole women of this generation steady speaking about women of the previous generations as if they were there, as if they know what was going on. I'm going to tell you right now, I've talked to a lot of older people, older couples, and they're together because they want to be together. They're not together, they're not together because some societal standard or because they're being forced to be with this person. They actually genuinely love each other. So this whole BS, the BS that they had to endure, like, stop that shit, man. I see it as just a bunch of BS that women of this generation make up in order for them to justify wanting to do what the hell they want to do without being checked by not just men, but by anybody at all.
Oh, like I don't see why any person with a brain would want to do that. No. I think that you see women complaining and just saying, "Oh, let me just marry somebody and be done with this." I don't think that women would be willing to give up what has come in the last 60 years or 50 years to go back to being under a man's thumb.
I would say most women, absolutely. There are some women that...
And those are aberrations. Let's not
Those are not
mix
aberrations.
the two. Generally, I do not think American women, and even women who have come here and have been a part of our society and may not be necessarily American, I think that they're of the same mindset too.
My sisters, the roosters are coming home. Everything you did is finna come back on you because they have people in place government-wise to show you we used you to destroy the village. Now we really have no use for you no more. Your daddy ain't there.
Wow.
Your husband ain't there. Your son is raised wrong. Your daughter is watching you twerk. You have done what we wanted you to do well in destroying the village. The father of your child is probably in court with you over nothing.
Facts.
You ate from the forbidden tree. You went and used a system that destroys you to destroy your family. And now they have no use for you. Remember all the female black mayors and everything that was happening and all like that?
Yeah.
They ain't got no use for that shit no more. I see the girl. We are the most educated. Yes, they sold you a degree that ain't finna be worth. Yeah, you who have aged out and fell for the sucker shit in destroying your village, your family, and yourselves. The only thing you can do is try to tell your children, don't do what I did. All you women 40, 50, 60, it's over for you. You need to explain to your children, don't do what I did. Don't go around here talking about you don't need a man publicly. Don't go around bashing men for the most part publicly, because all these women who are on the internet for bashing men, there's a record of it, and I think we need to keep a record of these women.
I agree.
In case they try to act like they something different later on. I'm talking about the moral people of the world. You have to be aware of these women that's out for self, not for the village, because they are about to find themselves back in the village with the villagers, and the fronting like you rich, the fronting like all this is finna be over. I'm telling you, most of my sisters are broke than a motherfucker. Just like most of my brothers are broke. But the sisters was acting like they not broke, holding up drinks on an island that they got there with a buddy pass and all that shit. No, it's finna be time during this administration where this man is literally pouring out all the fish in the pond and letting you see him try to live with no air. He's taking your income away. What jobs do you think will be available for us? When I say us, I'm talking about people of color. What jobs are gonna be available for us in the future? You got to learn how to cook again.
Get back.
Hey, Corey Holcomb don't miss. That man do not miss. He's a lot of things, but what he is really wrong, man. The fact of the matter is that for so long, women have been able to rely upon the government and say, you know what, fuck this, F this nigga, I'm gonna just do what I wanna do. I got the government to rely on. Daddy government's gonna have my back. He's gonna have me on Social Security. I'm sorry, not Social Security. You have me sometimes Social Security. You'll have me on Section 8, medical card, EBT card, medical benefits. He gonna take care of me so you can leave. You can get out. This is my house. Hey, but how long did you think that was gonna go on for? How long did you think that was gonna actually last for? You know it's gonna last forever? Hell no. Hell no. And now you got somebody in office that's coming up in here and putting, like you said, pouring all the fish in the pond. And you watching them drown. You watching them flap around. You watching them drown, man. Straight up, that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. That incentive that y'all had to put the man out, for you to get your assistance, for you to get your government benefits and all that shit coming back to bite you in the ass. Because at the end of the day, a lot of y'all have lived for generations on EBT and on government assistance, and y'all never improved yourselves. Never did anything to improve yourself. And now you're going to be struck without no help. You can already see all the females complaining about EBT. They're removing snacks from the EBT card and all this. I'm telling you, it's only gonna get worse, man. It's only gonna get worse. All that I don't need a man shit. It's gonna switch up real quick. And he's right. There should be a record of all these women that said that shit. That record should not be lost, because I'm telling you right now, they're gonna try to switch teams. That's what they do. They're gonna try to switch teams real quick, man. Real quick. It's gonna be very hilarious to watch too.
The wet nursing.
Say it again.
It's gonna be tough to get a wet nurse job with fake titties. That's bad for the baby.
I just find it very telling that on a portion of what he was just speaking about, we literally 3 to 5 minutes prior to just watched a woman prove his point at 46 or 40 plus years old, trying to tell women how she made the mistake in her 20s and how she has a daughter in her arms, trying to tell all the other women not to be a fool like she was early on in her age. And I mean, this is my own
And I got something else I want to add too. I've been seeing more and more girls post about how these older men that prey on these young girls in high school and all that shit. But I'm like, hold on now. When y'all the ones that was allowing y'allself to be preyed on, when y'all was curbing us in high school, when y'all was going with these older men, y'all ain't care about it then, so why y'all care about it now? Oh, because you're not the beneficiary no more. Oh, that's what's going on. Because when y'all was young, y'all had it all figured out. Y'all ain't want to hear nothing from nobody. Y'all was laughing at us. Y'all was curbing us, laughing at us, going with these dudes 30 years old, 29 years old that had the car when we was 15 and we ain't had no money in our pocket. Y'all was going for those guys. Then a lot of y'all got pregnant by those guys. You got pregnant, and then when that guy didn't want to be with you no more, he got killed or he got locked up. Oh, I'm an independent woman. I don't need no man. I can do this. I can raise these kids on my own. Coming back to bite you, man. It's all going to come back and bite you, man. For real. We've been saying this for years. We've been saying it for years.
My own perspective, but I feel like she's dealing with a different amount of stress being in her 40s, dealing with an infant, dealing with a toddler, probably even at one point an infant. And I just find it very telling, the fact that we go from that video to this video, and this was not planned because I sent that pregnant video earlier today. Right?
I sent it too. You don't think Alan put that together?
You sent that one too?
Yes.
What, Corey's? Or
Yeah. the pregnant one.
The woman.
you sent the pregnant one?
Yes.
I didn't see it.
I saw that in the chat. I didn't click it.
Let's not.
But I'm just saying, all I'm saying is I just find it very telling that bing, boom, and then there's a ideology, and then there is a real proven example happening in the moment.
I can look at my friend group. Like, all of us cannot be aberrations.
Yeah, you can.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Yes, the hell you can. I mean, if there's a good 10 or 20, I mean, they also say like-minded people tend to ride together. They tend to form, and they have the same, they literally attract themselves a version of
So
themselves.
all the deltas, right?
There's
Keep in mind that we were selected to be deltas. We applied. So we all happened to be deltas. Someone selected us. So it's not like we made a decision and we all happen to be deltas and we all happen to be on our shit. Like,
you don't think that makes sense?
How does that not make sense?
If I was going to form a group and I wanted a certain type of individual, I'm typically going to select the individuals that I think are going to fit that mission or fit that purpose or be in alignment with the morals or whatever the end goal is. So, I mean, I could tell you there's been 50 people on this couch.
But
there's
Rico,
only 4 selected here.
But Rico, the thing, what he's saying is that he said you and Aaron or you and Amanda have made good decisions, right? Right. But what I'm saying is that I can look at my friend group, and I really don't have many friends making piss poor decisions like that, right? And I'm like, oh, okay. So we're not the one thing
That's because birds of a feather usually flock together. For real. Gang members hang out with gang members. Drug dealers hang out with drug dealers. NBA players hang out with other NBA players. It's just the way it is. I don't get what she's confused by. What are you confused by here?
Common is that most of us went to college together. We're all a part of the same chapter. We're all deltas, right? But the thing is that someone selected us to be a delta. It's not that we went and signed up and we're deltas. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
Because you're saying
So
we
what?
made the decisions, meaning the consequences are because of what we did.
Well, you allowed yourself to be selected.
Exactly.
Just because you get chose doesn't mean you commit.
Exactly.
So once you committed and were chosen, yes, you might have been selected, but you also made the conscious decision of saying, you know what, I align with this, whatever it is. It's like I could sit here and say, and I'm just going to Alan's point, I don't know Like, I don't have any out of my 5 to 7 friends that I've been friends with for 10 plus years. None of them are deadbeat fathers. Zero.
But you can say that.
And I could be biased in thinking that black, and they're all black, they're all people of color. I could be
Black
biased.
or people of color, they're not the same.
Well, both, right? I could sit here and say, oh, that's not the same. That stereotype of men of color being absent fathers is not realistic. But I have a skewed personality.
Statistically, that fact is not realistic. Statistically, it shows black fathers are the most involved fathers out of all races. Period. So let's start there. And you're calling it a stereotype because that's exactly what it is. It's just a stereotype. It's some bullshit. I don't even know who made it up, who even pushed the shit like that. But most black fathers are involved in their children's life. There's a very small subset of Pookies and Ray Rays who are deadbeats and who get all the girls pregnant, by the way. Let's not leave that out.
Not realistic, but I have a skewed I have a skewed perspective based on the friends that I've already aligned with my entire life. I didn't even, it took for Esso to come here and try to explain to me, because in my mind, at first, I was like, yeah, every guy's a king. He's like, no, most men are not kings, but I've only been surrounded by them. So for me, I have an entirely different perspective of what life is versus, what everybody else does. I'm not going to be around the peasants. I know we all want to, or Alan specifically also asked you the question of what's your opinion based on your profession on where we're heading in terms of relationships. But prior to that, I just wanted to say, I feel I'm more scared for the women right now in the next 10 years than ever before, because if what is being predicted to happen in this country with this economy, and we're talking about survival of the fittest, we ain't even touched the survival of the fittest yet. When men start acting chaotic, if that was to actually happen, there's going to be a lot of wild shit happening.
What, like them killing each other?
I don't think men are gonna target women before they target each other.
Why is that?
What do you mean?
Because they
why
know
is
that women are
target them to do what?
What?
Whatever.
Since you want to play dumb, I'll jump in for you, bro. All the boss bitch. I got all this money. I'm taking all these trips. I'm a boss bitch. What do you think men have been looking at for the past 10, 15 years? Have they been looking at y'all saying that? They've been watching y'all say that shit? Y'all are the ones y'all leading, what they say, y'all leading new homeowners and all that shit. Y'all are making more money than men now. Who do you think they're going to go after? What do you mean target them to do what? What do you think? You think they're going to just go after each other? Boy, you was crazy. They going to come after y'all little weak asses and take what the hell they want. And it'll be more than just monetary. I ain't going to say it, man. Let's go.
Whatever it is that they're doing, steal from, especially if it's a woman with money or woman with opportunities, they're going to be an easier target to steal from, to just all of the crimes, which is scary because there's not a lot of men who are going to put themselves on a front line for, especially if there's a small group of them, put themselves on a front line for millions of crazy ass, hungry, thirsty, willing to do anything men.
And they're also not going to put their lives on the line for a bunch of women who've been saying, I don't need men. Don't want a man, don't need a man for all these years. They ain't doing that shit. They're not putting their life on the line for women who are choosing to bear. They're not doing that. They're not putting their life on the line for women who blatantly act stupid and blatantly turn a blind eye to men getting fucked over in court, to women putting false charges on them, to women doing all kind of vulgar bullshit, cheating, having babies out of wedlock, fucking having babies while you're in a relationship. I think they're gonna lay their life on the line for women that are like that, and that's Western women. What do you think is gonna happen? Man? Like, use your brain here.
Men. Men.
So, I mean, and perhaps you're right. So I guess my message to women would be stay strapped.
There's not enough bullets.
Go take Krav Maga
That shit ain't gonna work.
classes. Stay strapped.
That shit ain't.
And also,
That
there's
shit
going
is
to
not
be an
gonna
increase
work,
of
man.
expats.
The fact that she
Like,
says that shows how unaware she actually is of the dangers of the world, man. First of all, most women have never even shot a gun before, let alone shot somebody or actually killed somebody. It doesn't happen like that. Women are not out here doing that shit. Second of all, you have no idea how dangerous men actually are. Men are stalkers, hunters. Fucking a lot of men are. I ain't gonna say a lot of men, but there's a portion of men that are serial killers. Like, don't think that shit's sweet. Don't think that you conceal to carry all. What do you think about all the dudes that got robbed, that got beat up, that got murdered? You think they have a gun on them? You know, it means something, man. Y'all, you just, I don't know. What it is that Western society, Western women have become so comfortable with the benefits that are afforded to them that they forget the true how men can actually be, how vicious men can actually be. Like, seriously, it's not a game, it's not a joke, man. Like, straight up, yo. Let me know what y'all think about this, though, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go, baby.